Hey everyone, today I'm going to teach you how to make an articulated plushie. I'm going to be using my Bonnie plush for an example, but first let's see the old one. Yeah, he's really bad. Like, compared to my Freddy plush, he's really bad. Admittedly, I was in a bad place, I was rushing, but that's in the past. So anyway, let's get to the tutorial. So first, when you make your ear, you need to get one pipe cleaner or whatever you call them in your country and bend it's sort of in half. You will need to put stuffing in the ear in order to fill it, but after you do that, just insert the pipe cleaner inside the ear and sew up the area. I like to make sure that it's firmly in there, so it's a good tip. This is what the ear should look like. Make sure to do a bend test and we can move on to the second part. After you get the second part of it made, you insert the pipe cleaners through it. Now, I suggest doing it without the stuffing. Just ignore the clip here, it's bad. This is what the ear should look like. Make sure that you do a bend test so that way it can bend properly. This is different from what I did with Freddy, which I just simply sewed the ears on because his ears don't really move in the game, and so I just sewed them on. Once you finish up the second ear, this is what they should look like together. There are little points on the end of the ear so that way they can stop the ears from coming out of the head. Now I am going to skip the part of the head making because this part of the video is kind of like FNAF plushies tutorial but with articulation. If you really want to know how to make these kind of things, it's best to watch her video on it. Once you put some holes into the head, this is what the ears should look like with the head. Now for me personally, I've sewn all around the plush while only leaving a slight hole at the bottom of the head, because that's where the point of articulation will come to. Let's use Bonnie's soul decapitated body as an example. Me personally, the material I use to try to use this method, it gets all scrunched up and it just looks really ugly. For me, it just doesn't give a nice clean look to the plush. Like compared to Freddy, I like to personally have a nice clean look to it all. Well, as you can see, not that part, I actually fixed it. It kind of looks so professional in a kind of way. The next items we need is some sort of wooden dowel, a hot glue gun, and a piece of cardboard. So you get your hot glue gun and make a big glob of it and put it on the cardboard. Next you stick the wooden dowel onto the piece. This is what the end result should look like, and we're going to stick it inside of the head and sew it up. Once the piece is sewn up, it should look like a little popsicle. Next up, we need to attach the muzzle. Here's what the head should look like currently. Now on to the mouth. Here's the mouth compared to Bonnie. Now I'm going to be cutting a hole through the mouth and it can go through. Now make sure it's big enough in order to pull it inside out. This is what the mouth should currently look like. This is kind of what I like about the FNAF 1 animatronics is on their mouth design, because to me it looks like the Muppets. So here's the mouth all sewn up and stuffed. Now, as you can probably tell, I didn't add the teeth, which is intentional because that's what we're gonna do now. But first, you need to make this little stopper here, because this is supposed to keep Bonnie's head in place. Now, you will need to glue it once you put it through the body. Now for the teeth, it's unclear about Bonnie. From what I counted, Bonnie, at least in the VR model, has 10 teeth. Here's how the teeth should all be placed. It's a bit different from Freddy. I try to think of other ways of doing it, but this is all I can do. Here's all the teeth all sewn up. Here's Bonnie and Freddy together, which I think is a little adorable. It personally reminds me of the whole Freddy-Bonnie ship and security breach. I like the whole ship idea because it reminds me of all the history and times Freddy and Bonnie had with each other in the series. Sorry for going all on that, but here's what the body should look like. Like the head, it should have a hole at the bottom of it. Now, unlike the head, I purposely left a hole to put in the center of the body, as that where it will place the quote-unquote neck. Give you an example, here's what the head should look like with the body. This is before putting all the stuffing inside of it. Now, like I said, you need to put the little neck piece blocker inside of the body. After you place it inside of the body, make sure to put a lot of hot glue at the end. There isn't a lot to show, right? Because at the time I did this footage, I didn't really do that technique. Here's what the body should currently look like. Now, just like the neck, there should be a hole at the bottom of it, because that's where the another articulated point will be. This is what the piece should look like. It's just like the neck, but with two pieces at the end. Now on to the arms. Just like the ears, you need to get some pipe cleaners, but instead of putting them in two pieces, we're just gonna use the one. Just like the ears, you'll need to make a cylindrical little piece and sew all around it. And at each end you'll need to put a little hole at one end and a larger one at the other. The reason why you need holes at the ends, because that's where we're gonna put the pipe cleaner in. When you put the cylinder inside out, this is what it should look like. Now you're going to take the pipe cleaner and place it into the cylinder and put stuffing inside. Just like that. Now you're going to sew up the end of that area so then the pipe cleaner won't escape. Once you got that area sewn up, it's time to do the second one, which I will skip that part. Just a reminder, just like the ears, you will need to put a stopper at that end. At the time I did this, I didn't have the pipe cleaner long enough, so I just put some hot glue at the end. I forgot to show this, but here's what the waist looks like. It kinda does have a little bit of a swivel. Well, it's just an example. Well, it's not too bad. This is what the two arms should look like together. This is what Bonnie should look like semi-complete. Just like before, I'm gonna skip the rest of the other part because I don't know what else to. Yeah, this is future me. The reason why I'm re-recording this part and got rid of Dance and Toothless memes because Capcom decided to F around with me and decided to ruin everything. Anyway, back to the video. I don't know what happened there. Anyway, let's get back to the tutorial video. Here's what Bonnie should look like if you follow the FNAF tutorial on it. I finished up the legs and hands. Now this is the way how I done the feet. I just cut two pieces with a hole going through the middle. As you can see, it's different from FNAF's work. I tried it and it didn't work for me personally. Once you get the middle part all sewn up, this is what the feet should look like currently. Next, you will need to embroider in two lines on each side to look like toes, just like in this clip. As you might tell, there's a gap at the end of the toes because that's where we will add the seam from when we need to sew up the feet. This is how I did the feet. I pinned up all the areas and squished up the foot a bit to give it a little more elevated look, to try to look as three-dimensional as possible. So after you've done all that and sewed up the area, this is what the feet should look like. Now you will need to cut the hole at the end so that way you can put the foot inside out. Just like this. do the same process again, but with the other foot. Once you've done the other foot, just stuff the feet, and then this is what the final result should look like. I made sure to sew up the areas just to keep the feet in. Here's what Bonnie currently looks like so far. I'm really proud of what I've done here, but let's get on to the knee pads. For the knee pads, you'll need to get some felt that looks about the same color as the material you used, and make sure to measure them on the legs. Next, get some sort of scrap material that's about the same color as the animatronic. The reason why I said to use felt was because with the knee pad it makes it more stiff. As you can see with Freddy, I used a brown piece of felt to do the knee pads. It just looks more better and it's like an animatronic design. Once you get the knee pad done, just embroider all around so that way it looks like this. Now you are supposed to put the knee pad onto the upper leg, but when I did this, it looked too small for Bonnie, so in the next sort of clip, it looks a little bit more bigger. But yeah, please make sure to properly measure it, but this is what it would look like, so yeah.
Hello, everybody! You ready to have a good time? I know I am! 'Cause it's Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. For kids, it's #1.
And here's Bonnie all complete. For me, I'm really proud of this work on Bonnie. I'm more happy with this design. I worked really hard on him over the past year or so, and I'm just really proud. Like, compared with Freddy, it's almost like a one-to-one showing on how I have improved over the years. This is different from back when I had previously made the others, which I do have plushes of them, which I will show. As you can see with Foxy and Chica, I haven't really finished them yet, and Foxy especially was the worst of them in my opinion. I really don't like this. Obviously you can tell I was rushing, but compared to these guys, yeah. In fact, in this lineup it kind of looks cute with my little purple hamster. It's an adorable little scene. Anyway, that's the end of the tutorial. I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and possibly see you next time.